A jogakbo is a style of patchwork, traditionally used to create domestic wrapping clothes known as a bojagi from scraps of leftover fabrics. As you can see, these are made with the small pieces all sewn together. So art of making jogakbo has been around since Joseon Dynasty. Roughly it's about 1392 to 1910. Women produced clothing and beddings and wrapping clothes for the whole family, and the leftover scraps were not discarded but would be used to create jogakbo. So imagine these are from all the adults' leftover clothes that we have into little pieces. And jogakbo is not always symmetrical like this. It could be in various different types of sizes because it comes from scraps. Okay. So these scraps turn into a beautiful art, as you can see. And here is another patchwork jogakbo pattern that they DIY kit that we are selling. So this is again in different sizes. Some are longer, some are shorter. And this here in the middle part was embroidered piece, and this word means bok, means fortune, good luck. Okay. So today I will show you some tips of how to do DIY kit jogakbo package that some of you might have purchased. So this and these are the two jogakbo that I will show you how to make. So the equipments you will need is you will need one of these the measuring tape, thread, an embroider needle. Your package will come with the one needle and two different colors of threads, right? And some of these pins to hold two fabrics together, a pencil, bone folder or crease making. If you don't have this, don't worry about it. You can use your everyday butter knife. You need a scissor, and you will need a ruler stick with the centimeters on it. So this DIY kit is from Korea. So the kit has Korean instructions in it. So you have to follow the instructions in Korean, but it's pretty easy in a way. So especially with this one, it tells you the layout of your kit, and it tells you the each piece measurement by 6 centimeter to 9 centimeter or 31 centimeter by 6 centimeter. So the technique to do this patchwork is you work from inside and out. So you will make this 4 pieces or 5 pieces together. So meaning you will work this piece first, you will cut that, measure into a size that you want. Remember, this is 40 centimeters wide and 40 centimeters long. So it's a square of 40 centimeters. So this, the instruction says that you will have a 1 centimeter on all corners. So it's really important that you do that, otherwise it might be slightly off looking. So here to here is a 1 centimeter. Here to here is a 1 centimeter. This pattern right here ending to here is 1 centimeter. So I got 4 centimeters, and these 4 pieces, it says 4 centimeters. This long piece is 16 centimeters, and this is 4 centimeters. So the width is all 4 centimeters, okay? So when you add these 3 pieces, it has to be 16 centimeters. And then this mint green colors supposed to be 16 centimeters, and so where these 3 pieces will add to become 16 centimeters, okay? And this second piece, the gold color, is also 6 centimeter by 22 centimeters long. So from here to here, you would add what? You would 22 centimeters. This piece is 22 centimeters, adding 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces. And then the outside piece is also 6 centimeters. Okay, so it's really important that you measure it. Now, how much of the pieces should be folded? The instruction says to leave 1 centimeter, but you can leave it a little bit longer because it's going to be inside, so you know it won't show. But at least 1 centimeter. Okay? I will show you some tips on how to make this beautiful jogakbo. Okay, so the instruction kit that you will buy, the DIY kit that they have it on line market. Here, there's 4 patches, 4 pieces on top and 4 pieces on the bottom. And if you notice, these corners are not all matching. Where here, I made the corners match. One, because I did not read the instruction carefully, and I was worried about getting the equal size, because it comes with a backing material. Okay, so there are altogether 16 pieces and a 1 piece for the backing. These are, by the way, these are silk. Okay, so how do you start a bojagi? So you have 2 pieces. If I can show you, what I did is I measured it because the instruction tells you to make it 9 inch by 9 inch. And then on the second, so these are 36-inch width, okay? So the second part, so the first 4 pieces, it could be all 9 inches square. So it gives you 36 inches. The second roll is different. It gives you 36 inches, but since it's not gonna meet corner to corner, so it has to be slightly different size. So I made this into 7 inches, and these were 9.6 inches, so it became total of 36 inches. So I measured it. It's really useful to have a clear plastic ruler. Comes with inches and a centimeter. So what I did is I measured it 9 by 9, and then if you have one of these tools, it comes in handy. Otherwise, if you don't have it, with the ruler, if you notice, I have slightly marked it with the pencils, right? And then if you have something like a butter knife is fine, butter knife, or you can even use a big fat needle ears and just make a crease. Right, you're gonna make a fold, and then just fold it, and you're making a crease. So what I did is I did that to all the pieces, okay? This is really important. Once this is done, the next part is easy. So getting all these squares prepared is the most time-consuming, and I think the preciseness will give you a beautiful piece. There are 2 types of sewing technique is involved in this. So one technique is called running stitch. Running stitch is where it's running. So running stitch is get a needle, and I'll just, for the showing purpose, I'm using really big needles, right? So you go down, up, down, up. This is called running stitching. This running stitching will be useful when we are ending these patchwork with joining the backing. Okay, so this is the running stitch. Okay? Second stitching is called wrapping technique. Wrapping technique is where you are wrapping the 2 fabrics together. So it's one of the ways I can explain is you're just wrapping the top edge, okay? And so people might say, how long should my thread be? Your thread should be, okay, I have one of these fancy machine. This is really clever machine. It threads your fabric for you. So I'm going to put that here, and then click, voila, do you see it? Your fabric is, your thread is in the needle. Now, with the kit, you will receive a embroidery needle, which is very tiny, and the ears are very small, and you will receive 2 different colors of threads, okay? So you have 2 pieces that we have all prepared. Now, how much of thread do you need in order to complete this? You will need a thread that is 3 times longer than the length of this fabric. 1, 2, and about 3 times long. So that when you do wrapping stitching, you won't run out of the thread. So how do you start? So here's the folded part. You will put your thread through there. Only one fabric. Come up. And then go through your second fabric at the edge. Okay, so you got 2 pieces thread going through. Now you would grab, so the thread is in this directions, right? You come over, so this is why wrapping, you're wrapping it. So you got, now the needle is going through 2 fabrics together. Pull it in, and then one more time you will go again the same place, and then this time the thread that it was on the other side, you will wrap your needle twice and then pull it, and that'll put a very strong knot. Okay, so this is really important, the first knot, beginning knot and the end knot. Okay, and so now we will do the wrapping stitching. We will go now. When you pull your thread, don't pull it too tight because you would have to stretch it. So we are wrapping it. As you can see, the thread is wrapping the fabric, not like a running stitching, but the fabric and the thread is beautifully being put together. So this is how you do the wrapping stitching. So this is how you start. So let me show you how you end this, okay? So I have another piece here that I started it, and it's a wrapping stitching, right, evenly. So here I will finish this square with a couple more stitches. Almost to the end. So when you're at the end, again, like how you started at the beginning, you have your needle in through both fabric, and then you grab the thread on the other side twice, and then tightly tie a knot. And what I do is I usually stitch it one more time, and then you will cut that. Okay. So when you're done with that, you flip it, and you put a little bit of pressure with your hands, and you have a beautiful 2-piece, right? So we're going to, how do we add this piece to that piece? Okay, here I got 4 corners, right? And this piece that we're working is not 4 corners. It's where it's gonna be slightly different. If you notice, the corners are not matching. This is in a way easy because the corners does not have to be exactly matching. It could be slight, so it could be pretending this is the piece that we're gonna add to the top piece, will be where it'll be like this. So this piece could be shorter, then it'll go here. Otherwise, you know, just make sure you make it into 36 inches because your backing is, it comes with it, but it's a 36 inches and about a centimeter, 36 centimeters with the 1 centimeters room to fold. Here I made it by mistake, not following the instruction. I end up making these 10 centimeter squares so that this is 40 centimeter piece. And once you're done with it, I can flip this and show you how to put these pieces together. It's a basic running stitching technique is used. Where two pieces are very gently stitched with using running stitching. So here's the thread, it's just the running stitching. And then once it's done, I flipped it, run all the way, left about, I would say about 10 centimeters opening where my hands could fit in. And then I would flip it. And once you're done, make sure you press it with the iron. If you don't have an iron, you can use a steamer or, you know, other type of ways of doing it, but definitely steaming it will make it beautiful finish. And each corners, I use a chopstick and I put it through, and then I gently push the corners out so that the corners were sharp edges. So this is your kit. Now these patchworks, again, like I said, the ladies were using scrap fabrics to make these beautiful Jogakbo. People made their pillowcases. People use it making leftover fabrics to use these beautiful baby girls hanbok. And here, look at the stitching. This is what I really wanted to show you. These stitching is totally different than mine. I'm an amateur. I do this once in a while, where this is professionally done. And here, a hand embroidered flower was added to make these beautiful hanbok. And this is what Korean moms made their young girls teteot using this. And for running stitching, if you don't want to do this wrapping stitching and you want to make your Jogakbo with the running stitching, that is possible as well. Here I have a beautiful young baby girl's hanbok, jogori. If you notice, the sleeves doesn't have their wrapping stitching style, but this is running stitching. So if you don't want to use a wrapping technique, you are definitely welcome to use, and you are welcome to use running stitching. When you make running stitching on these, the stitching has to be a little bit tighter. So once you're done, let's say you have some leftover fabrics from making your Jogakbo. I have made a brooch, a pin out of using wrapping technique. I used the gold thread and 4 pieces, and has a cardboard backing with the cotton, and made it into a pin to wear. And here is another pin. It's not finished quite, but you can see how it is done. So there's a cardboard backing, and I have the Jogakbo. So This is your DIY kit tutorial. Have fun, don't get stressed out. If you have problems, contact Korean Center and send them an email, and definitely I will try to answer your question. And have fun. This could be a fun activity to do during this pandemic shelter in place. So have fun making it and put it on your Instagram or send the photo to KCI, and we would love to see it. Thank you.